wanted to run, we wanted to fall together. Back then our world seemed so clear. We were so bright, shimmering lights around us. We'd take flight into the sky. How many worlds would you cross to use the light that's right in front of you? There is no light on the other side. I say, look straight ahead and you will see. You will see. You will see. How many worlds would you cross to use the light that's right in front of you? There is no light on the other side. I say, look straight ahead and you will see. Take my hand, I'll lead you on into the stars. We'll ride away from all the wars, close the doors and disappear again. And I don't know how many times I've said that this is not the end, and we will make it out of here alive. Oh, alive. Alive. Oh, alive. Alive. How many worlds would you cross to use the light that's right in front of you? There is no light on the other side. I say, look straight ahead and you will see. You will see. You will see. How many worlds would you cross to use the light that's right in front of you? There is no light on the other side. I say, look straight ahead and you will see. How many worlds would you cross to use the light that's right in front of you? There is no light on the other side. I say, look straight ahead and you will see. You will see.
And you make me feel like a rebel, but I will not give you a reason to destroy me more and more again. And
we'd go to bed in my arms. You're safe and sound without a threat, and I can't wait to see what happens next. How far can we get if we sail a little bit high, a little bit low? How far can we get if we sail a little bit high, a little bit low? We're still a little bit young, but I'm all in. We're still a little bit dumb, but I'm all in. We're still a little bit young, but I'm all in. We're still a little bit dumb, but I'm all in. Don't know any roads that lead us back home, and I don't know any roads that lead us back home. Our lips, they tasted like those cigarettes, staring at the moon. We'd go to bed in my arms. You're safe and sound without a threat, and I can't wait to see what happens next. How far can we get if we sail a little bit high, a little bit low? How far can we get if we sail a little bit high, a little bit low? We're still a little bit young, but I'm all in. We're still a little bit dumb, but I'm all in. We're still a little bit young, but I'm all in. We're still a little bit dumb, but I'm all in. If we sail a little bit high, a little bit low, a little bit high, a little bit low, a little bit high, a little bit low, a little bit high, a little bit low. I don't know any roads that lead us back home, and I don't know any roads that lead us back home. How far can we get if we sail a little bit high, a little bit low? I need us to be a little bit high, a little bit low, completely alone. Don't know how long we've been out here, and these nights are getting shorter. Lack of energy, I'll conquer In my soul, this is real. These nights are getting shorter. In my soul, this is real. In my soul,
at the edge of space, calling us to fly away. Do what I wanna, minimal drama, no it's not a problem, I'm good for the summer. Get into trouble, let's party for summer, I'm not saying uncle. Popping the knuckles, can't turn on the rockets, yeah this is a struggle, yeah. We steady climbing to the tip of the night. I feel so high whenever I am lit up. Wish I could stay forever, feeling good right now, but it's like TikTok. Gravity got me all fucked up, but it goes around, it comes around, and then it all comes crashing down. I never needed anybody like I don't know. Lights up, friends gone, there's nobody around. Sun came up and everybody is like that for the count. Stick around for the countdown, yeah. Stick around for the come down. Stick around for the come down, yeah. 'Cause I can't be alone now. I need your love for the come down, yeah. You got a face that I wouldn't mind seeing back at my place in the morning light. Coming at the clutch in the nick of time. Are you down for the chase, down for the ride? Possessed to be the face of an angel. All she sees is dragons, all she wants to do is chase them. Floating all alone among the deep sea of strangers. Is there anything more? Is there anything more? Steady climbing to the tip of the night. I feel so high whenever I am lit up. Wish I could stay forever, feeling good right now, but it's like TikTok. Gravity got me all fucked up, but it goes around, it comes around, and then it all comes crashing down. I never needed anybody like I don't know. Lights up, friends gone, there's nobody around. Sun came up and everybody is like that for the count. Stick around for the countdown, yeah. Stick around for the come down. Stick around for the come down, yeah. 'Cause I can't be alone now. I need your love for the come down, yeah. You got a face, I wouldn't mind. Sit back at my place, the morning light. Down for the chase, down for the ride. I never needed anybody like I don't know. Lights up, friends gone, there's nobody around. Sun came up and everybody else went down for the count. Stick around for the countdown, stick around for the countdown, yeah. Stick around for the come down. Stick around for the come down, yeah. 'Cause I can't be alone now. I need your love for the come down, yeah.
Unpleasant, but
looks like we've come to the end of the road. There's no point in running away now. I'd rather sleep until the storm is gone. She'd rather be shooting at me now. I know it will end up in anger. I don't think we grew up, we just became older. She's aiming her words, ready to fire. I don't think that bullets will bring back desire. I don't think that bullets will bring back desire. I don't think that bullets will bring back desire. I don't think that bullets will bring back desire. Looks like a blink of an eye's not enough. She'd rather be staying for days now. I'd rather fix it than mess up again. She'd rather be burning it all now. I know it will end up in anger. I don't think we grew up, we just became older. She's aiming her words, ready to fire. I don't think that bullets will bring back desire. I don't think that bullets will bring back desire. I don't think that bullets will bring back desire.
It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.
You say I make you nervous, a tragedy, I'm a beautiful disaster, a reckoning, you wonder how I got this way. You think I'm someone to be saved, someone to clean up and tame. Oh, some things never change, never change. Oh. You think I would look pretty on your arm once you cover up my bruises and battle scars, but it always ends the same. Can't bear the things I've had to face, got you crying on your knees in pain. Oh, some things never change, never change. Oh, you break your back to make me feel again, suffocate to make me breathe again, lose your mind from endless pain. Some things never change, never change. Oh, redemption ever came. I stopped asking for forgiveness, cause you should know only fools tread where the angels fear to go, but you keep trying to get too close. Save myself by turning into stone, so save your judgment cause you just don't know. But some things never change, never change. Oh, they say I should feel guilty and change my ways, leaving crumpled bodies in my wake. Swear I didn't mean to make them break, swear I didn't mean to make them break. But they're so delicate and so mundane, and they keep coming like a moth to a flame. Oh, some things never change, never change. You break your back to make me feel again, suffocate to make me breathe again, lose your mind from endless pain.
you two are getting rough. My mind just sounds like Shia LaBeouf. It says no, 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 no. Just no, 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 no. And every time I see him with you, my heart sounds like Shia LaBeouf too. No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
me upside down again. Just like a roller coaster, never want it over now and again. You got me feeling closer, time is moving slower now again. I don't wanna get older unless you're by my shoulder now and again. Just like a roller coaster, my stomach's turning over, yeah. She got me good, yeah, she got me bad, yeah, she got me feeling it now, a feeling I've never had. I'm falling hard, yeah, this ain't a fad, yeah, she got me feeling away, it's even better than that. Play around only for a minute, she be flirting back and now I'm feeling so addicted. I could go another round, never reach my limit, think she got me falling now, yeah, she's got me upside down again. Just like a roller coaster, never want it over now and again. You got me feeling closer, time is moving slower now again. I don't wanna get older unless you're by my shoulder now and again. Just like a roller coaster, my stomach's turning over, yeah. I sit and pray, yeah, every day, yeah, that when she's looking at me, her feelings are just the same. She lights me up, yeah, just like a flame, yeah. I wanna live for today and sweep her so far away. All types of ways, all times of day, I'm fine, but hey, she's mine, okay, let's find a place, all kinds of space, let's hide away, no time to waste, yeah, like a merry-go-round, I'm feeling off the ground. She's got me upside down again. Just like a roller coaster, never want it over now and again. You got me feeling closer, time is moving slower now again. I don't wanna get older unless you're by my shoulder now and again. Just like a roller coaster, my stomach's turning over, yeah. I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich. Say rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich. I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich. Say rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich. I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich.
starters. One out of a million will reach those heights. Always get a feeling that I won't deny that work. Never could touch. Look in my eyes, I'm on the rocks, rise. A couple milli now, I'm causing a commotion. I've been coasting, hear my name around the world like an explosion.
We are the apocalypse and a bell that keeps us floating. As we fly above the stars, that night won't scare us falling. So rise up. I'm too great to be landed. Rise up. I'm too great to be standing.
They never gonna stop us, fly by them like choppers. Better cut those risks, hold one of my fists, we fire starters. Let's go. One out of a million will reach those heights. Always get a feeling that I won't deny that work. Never could touch. Look in my eyes, I'm on the rocks, rise.
Welcome to r/Tales from Retail, where the customer is always a moron. So this is one of my all-time favorite stories to tell about my work in retail so far. So a little info on me. I'm very pale. I don't look very Hispanic. In fact, my name isn't very Hispanic either, so I've been told. So people usually think I'm white until I pull out my fluent Spanish. One slow afternoon, I get a lady and her 7-year-old son come into my line. She speaks to me in English and I can hear her accent, but I have a hard time deciding where her accent is from. Since she seems pretty fluent and has no problem understanding me, I continue to speak with her in English. I notice that her son is browsing through one of the magazines we sell, and I wait to see if she'll say anything to him. We finish the transaction, I give her the bag, watch her start bagging her items, and she has yet to mention the magazine. So I ask her, "Ma'am, will you be buying the magazine?" She looks at it and rips it out of her kid's hand, and I'm thinking, oh man, she's gonna yell at the kid for grabbing something he shouldn't have. But instead she says, and buckle up for this one guys, "I see como si fuera a robarme este pinche revista de $3, pendeja." Which was terribly spoken Spanish for, "Oh wow, I'm totally gonna steal this stupid $3 magazine, moron." She tosses it to me and I say in my sweetest voice, "Bueno, la revista cuesta $13.99. Which was Spanish for, "Well, the magazine costs $13.99. She looks at me and goes, alright, I'm gonna skip this. "Oh wow, you speak Spanish, idiot." And I say, "Looks like I do. Have a nice day." She told me to go F myself and left the store. I used to hate that I didn't look like a typical Mexican, but I've learned that I can use it to my benefit. So a bunch of fans have reached out to me suggesting that I become a voice actor. After reading this post, I'm thinking maybe I should reach out to Duolingo and offer my services as a Spanish language voice actor, because I think my Spanish is muy bueno. If there are any native Spanish speakers watching my video, let me know down in the comments if I sound like a native speaker to you. I'll start off by saying I work in a jewelry store. We've only been open for a month and a half, but we've been very lucky with amazing clients. The store policy is that the only jewelry we're allowed to wear while on the clock is jewelry from the company. I usually wear quite a few pieces from multiple collections to showcase as much as possible, and it's gotten me a few extra sales. Yesterday, this woman walks in looking for a present for her only child, a daughter aged 22. Unfortunately, she doesn't seem to know much about her daughter's preferences, so it's incredibly difficult to decide on an area to explore. I grab a tray and just start bringing out some pieces that seem to be popular with people her age. She's extremely picky, which is fine with me. It's her money after all. But she's also nasty about the jewelry. That's when she notices my necklace, which has a Scorpio symbol, a gold star, and a blue gem. It sounds like a lot, but it's actually very nice. The conversation and the chaos that unfolds afterwards is as follows. I'll be me and she'll be C. "Your necklace, is that one of your products?" "Yes, it is. It's very popular, so we have very limited stock. What's your daughter's birthday? If we still have her symbol, I can bring it out for you." May 14th, I think." I think to myself internally, you think? Alright, that's a Taurus. Unfortunately, someone just bought the last one half an hour ago. We're expecting a shipment tomorrow, and it might be in there. Would you like me to check for you? She just blankly stares at me. "Ma'am, would you like me to check for you, or would you like to look for something else? We have crystal bears holding up zodiac signs, and I'm sure the Taurus one is still available." "What do you mean you don't have it?" Unfortunately, the demand was much greater than we thought. I can check if it's coming on the shipment tomorrow if you'd like. If it is coming, we can hold it for you and you can come pick it up and pay within 48 hours. We can also look at the bears if you'd like. "You have one on your neck. You're not out of stock." I purchased this necklace, so it's mine. Also, the symbol is for a Scorpio, not a Taurus, which is what your daughter is. "Well, why can't you give it to me?" "The Taurus pendant? Unfortunately, it's out of stock. Let me just hop on the computer and check if it's arriving tomorrow." "No, the one on your neck. Why can't you just give me that one?" "It isn't a Taurus symbol, so it wouldn't hold any significance for your daughter. Also, I paid for it, so it is my property and not available for sale." "Well, the customer is always right." I think to myself, not in this case, honey. I'm sorry, ma'am. My necklace is not for sale. The computer shows that necklace was sent to us and the only delivery is scheduled for tomorrow. I can write your name and number down so we will call you as soon as it arrives.
No, can't you hear me? Just give me yours. I don't understand why this has to be an issue.
My manager hears what's going on and steps in. She tells the woman she can't have my necklace, and if she wants to put her name down, we can call her tomorrow about the Taurus necklace. Otherwise, she's out of luck.
Fine, it's clear you people don't want to do business.
Jewelry stores must be a hotspot for entitled customers because OP actually posted another story from the same retail job. After rushing to work after my last post, another interesting incident arose. For those of you that didn't read my last post, I work in a jewelry store and we're usually blessed with great clients. Lately, the crazies have. But I'm the only one on the sales floor at the moment because I'm only working with one other person and she's chilling in the back because the mall was dead. So I get to work and start doing the usual, fixing some displays, cleaning the glass, etc. When, as usual, I gravitate towards the ring section. Rings are my favorite piece of jewelry, so I always end up by that display and it's become my baby. I noticed there's an empty ring holder, so I go to the ring drawer, which is across the store from the ring display, and choose an adequate replacement. I unlock the display, place the ring in the ring holder, and securely lock the display. I leave the empty ring box on top of the display and head behind the registers to get an elastic band to put on the box. An elastic band on the box means the box is empty and the item is on display. I head back towards the ring box. The ring displays in the empty box is directly beside the front door while the registers are at the back. But as I'm halfway there, this lady runs into the store from one of the tables outside, grabs the box, and runs away. It's not the worst issue since there was nothing of value inside it, and I got a clear look at her unique face. But it'll be inconvenient when we go to sell the ring. I tell my coworker, who texts the manager, but all seems to be going well until 2 hours later when the box thief returns. She'll be C, I'll be me.
Excuse me, I bought a ring here and the box is empty.
I know she's BSing me. Oh, I'm so sorry. May I see the box? She hands over the box.
I really expected better service from a company like this.
I see it's the same box for the ring I displayed. I'm sorry, ma'am. When did this happen?
Yesterday afternoon.
Do you have the receipt?
No, I threw it away immediately after.
That's all right. Your name should be in the system and I can find the purchase that way. My coworker will need to override the system to let me do the search. Just give me 1 second. This is a lie. I got my coworker and told her to call security. All right, ma'am. Turns out I don't need an override. May I have your last name? She gets a very nervous look on her face.
This is really unnecessary. You're treating me like a criminal.
I spend the next 5 minutes wasting time and acting like I don't know how to do my job. I'm the youngest working there, so it's believable. Security arrives.
What's going on?
I wasn't born yesterday, ma'am. This happened to me about a month or so ago, and I am still relishing in the glory. I work at a large US auto parts store. The cast is me, Moneybags, Crazy Lady, and Manager. Now, Moneybags is a regular customer, and when he comes in, we jump for joy as his purchases are in the thousands of dollars. I am helping Moneybags look up parts and get them for him when Crazy Lady walks in and rushes to our seat cover aisle, where she grabs the ugliest bejeweled faux leather seat cover and rushes up front.
The prices on these gosh darn covers are effing outrageous. $60 for these?
I do agree that the price is high and would have helped her. Ma'am, I will be with you in just a second after I finish helping Moneybags. Or my manager will be here in a moment and he will help you. I am sure.
No, you will help me now. I have money and you will stop being a lazy freaking butthole and help me right now.
And now I won't help you. Don't cuss me out. My manager walks up. Can I help you, ma'am?
Yes, tell your lazy butt employee to do his freaking job.
At this point, I stop listening to her and continue helping Moneybags. Moneybags points to seat cover. Do y'all have any more of those? Let me check. Yes, 3 more besides that one. Can you please get them for me? Okay, I go and get them. Moneybags addresses Crazy Lady. You gonna buy that? I haven't decided yet. Moneybags grabs it and tells me he wants to buy all 4 with cash. Remember, these are $60 plus tax each. I make the sale. Moneybags proceeds to take them out of the boxes and cut them into ribbons in front of Crazy Lady and throw them away with a huge smile. He then returned to me to finish his shopping list that ended up being a whopping $4,000 sale.
He can't do that.
He paid for it, he can. Now leave this store, you are not welcome here anymore. I love my manager's zero tolerance policy on customers cussing out employees. This has just given me the idea for a $1 million YouTube channel. You just do the exact same thing Mr. Beast does. Instead of spending all your money giving it to homeless people or streamers, you spend all the money buying things that choosing beggars want and then destroy it in front of them. I don't know about you guys, but I would definitely subscribe to that channel. So this is a story from a few years ago, at Christmas of course. First time poster, long time lurker. I was working in the toy aisle, minding my own business, stacking Hatchimals, when a screech erupted from behind me. A woman said, "Put that down! I saw it first. How dare you pick that up?" A man said, "Sorry? My son wants that toy. Put it down." I'm sorry. I picked it up before you even got here. My son wants it as well." "Yes, well, your son isn't here, is he? My son is and has seen the toy already. You can just tell yours it wasn't here, can't you?" She is legitimately yelling every word at this guy, and a few customers have gathered to watch the event. "Well, I didn't bring my son because it's his Christmas present."
"Oh, and you assume it isn't my son's as well."
The kid's about 8 years old and doesn't look bothered at all. This must be usual business for the mother. The man is stunned, just staring at her before slowly turning to me, obviously looking for help. Before I can open my mouth,
"Don't look for him to help. They're freaking useless here."
Well, there goes even the slightest chance of me pretending to look out the back for more of the toy, which we don't have any more of anyway. "Excuse me, ma'am, could you please calm down?"
Calm down? Calm down? How dare you talk to me like that, you jerk?
Okay, I'm calling security. She proceeds to go mental for the 3 minutes it takes security to get here, cursing me and my other colleagues out and even going so far as to threaten the man, and they literally have to drag her away by under her arms. Her son follows, head hanging. Just another Thursday for him. As the woman is dragged off, screaming into the twilight, the man turns and puts the toy back on the shelf and picks up a completely different one. I say, "Sorry, mate, you can take that if you want." Actually, it's not the one he wanted after all. And off he went on his merry way. Never mind, it sounds like the dude in this story has already beaten me to the punch of creating a YouTube channel where you just torture entitled parents. Not much backstory. As you can probably guess from the title, I'm epileptic and have seizures. Thankfully, my store was actually super understanding of my disability and did everything to help me. This is a mixture of what I remember and what I was told by my managers what had happened. There is only one register in the store where you can get cigarettes, lighters, and certain more expensive liquor, etc. And I happened to be the one working that register. Everything was going completely fine with the usual customer banter when the aura hit me and hit me hard. For those of you that are unfamiliar, an aura is kind of a warning sign before a seizure that only you can feel, but can do nothing about. It could be a funny smell, hallucinations, the feeling of slipping out of reality, a number of different things. Anyway, for me this time, it was the feeling that everything was moving in slow motion. Last thing I remember was scanning a box of golf balls and the customer requesting Marlboro Gold. Then feeling frozen in place, which apparently I actually was, I heard this right before I blacked out. "Hello? Hello? Hello? What the heck is wrong with you? I said I wanted a box of Marlboro Gold. Are you even listening to me? I can't believe this. Marlboro Gold. Do you even know what that is? Are you an idiot?" And then I was gone. I woke up on the floor surrounded by my managers. One customer was awesome enough to go run and get help. From what I understand, the whole time I was on the floor having a seizure, the customers in line were watching this and actually complaining to the managers helping me about how I must be on drugs, and they still expected to be rung up, despite them trying to explain I was having a seizure. They were telling the managers to just step over me to get their smokes and lighters for them to get to the register, then causing a huge scene when they were refused. They said they actually had to radio security to come and shoo people away. It just blows my mind that people can act this way. Look, I'm sorry, I'm having a seizure and can't get your cigarettes for you, but I don't exactly have any control over this. I think you'll survive without your smokes and lighters for a few more minutes. Makes me sad this is the world we live in sometimes. That was r/Tales from Retail, and just a reminder, I'm looking for artists and graphic designers to create designs for my merch store. If you want to submit a design, you can reach me at r/YT@gmail.com.
Tonight's presentation, although edited for YouTube, contains imagery and subject matter some may find disturbing. While our program is educational, we still feel that viewer discretion is advised.
For a lot of people, animations here on YouTube sometimes is our introduction to horror as a whole. Back between 2006 and 2010, these animations were super prevalent, oftentimes making it to the front page of YouTube itself and becoming viral hits. But lately, we've been seeing a reduction in that as YouTube tries to disregard the horror community and actively make it hard for most of us content creators to make anything that isn't the most squeaky clean, family-friendly thing on the site. So today, I would like to celebrate that community and show you guys some more amazing content. Disturbing animations that don't just try to go boo and scare you, but rather are disturbing in the fact that it makes a commentary about life and society as a whole. Sometimes it can make you think twice and change your perspective on things. That's the amazing power of horror, and I hope that I'll be able to present that to you accurately today. But before I get into the actual video, I want to tell you about the fine folks at Amino who has offered me a new way to create more creepy content for you guys. With their new feature, Amino Stories, you can find a bunch of informative, creepy content that won't be affected by the demonetization bot prevalent here on YouTube. Click the link in the description or pinned in the comment section below, or just search Amino apps to download Amino. You can also find my stories by searching That Creepy Reading under the user section and giving me a follow. I'll be posting new videos there, like this one about a man who claims that he could create rain by mixing chemicals and shooting it into the air. And one time when he predicted a storm, it killed 23 people. If you're more interested in hearing about that story, feel free to check that out. Also, I really do like the Paranormal Amino, which hosts quite a bit of fun stories just like this, so once you're done watching my content, there's a lot more for you to look at. With that said, please sit back, relax, turn down the lights, and prepare to be scared as I present 6 of the most disturbing animations on the internet. Operator is a stop-motion claymation series by Sam Barnett. who in the past made some impressive yet surreal animations. For example, we have Interaction, which was posted in 2006, which has this disturbing soundtrack and a biomechanical feel to it. There are a few experimental animations that keep up with that weird, uncomfortable vibe that was made popular by early creepypastas in the late 2000s. Some of these short films seems to be just him experimenting with abstract motion and sound design. And finally, we get his claymation stuff, which started with I Am the Eggman, which I don't know what I'm looking at or how to describe it. Honestly, you would need to watch it for yourself, but it's certainly a creepy video. I just can't explain it. Wow. If you guys want to dissect it, it's up to you. Everything posted on his channel seems to be random experimentation, until we get to the Operator series, which begun in 2013. Operator is a web series that currently has 2 episodes out right now, with a 3rd one on the way, thanks to a successful Kickstarter. The first episode is very self-contained and ends in a satisfying manner. Basically, all that happens is a man clocks into work at his strange, futuristic, dystopian job. Then, while conducting his normal routine, something crawls out of this socket. While he would like to stop and report this, he is reminded that if he fails to keep schedule, he would be terminated. He tries to keep up, however, the monster trapped in a room with him is going to make that difficult. We get to see this man and what he's going through, how he's thinking, what he's thinking of, his family, the stress, the anxiety, the fear that he's being put through. Eventually, the creature takes control of him. The moment it does, he starts performing his job at a greater efficiency. This goes on for a while until the creature tries to throw out a picture of his family, which gives him the strength to take back control. He's finally able to leave that cramped, claustrophobic room, only to realize that the corporation he works for did this intentionally. His co-workers are all being controlled, and the animation ends like this.
Action protocol Eli approved. Proceed with cleanup. Employees at B5, G8, and L44 have avoided integration. Subject at L44 is fleeing toward them sector. Rhizomep system implementation complete. Report back to Alpha.
The operator preys upon claustrophobia, and more importantly, the fear of large corporations and how much you're giving into them. We've all worked a tedious, mind-numbing job that forces us to essentially watch the clock as we do our terrible repetitive tasks. That situation sometimes can make someone feel trapped and alone in their situation, and it really makes someone question how much of their lives are we giving to those that employ us. This fear of losing your life to an entity that does not have your best interest in heart continues in episode 2, which picks up from a different perspective and ends on a cliffhanger, which according to the trailer for Operator episode 3 should be continued in the next installment. And with how strong the first episode was and how amazing the second episode continues to be, I hope to see you all there with me for episode 3.
(2011's) The Blackwater Gospel by the Animation Workshop, directed by Bo Mathorn with lead animator Arthur Gill Larson, tells the story of a drought-ridden, dusty town in the middle of nowhere, USA. The gothic, atmospheric story concerns an entity known as the Undertaker, and well, no more real explanation needed on his part. The Blackwater Gospel begins pretty grimly with death and an analogue to the Grim Reaper being present from the very get-go. Then we get a look at the kind of town this animation is set in and the people who inhabit it. We have an abusive pastor who uses fear to keep people in line and listen to every venom-filled word he has. A happy-go-lucky handicapped man who plays foreboding music, and then the townspeople who all pretty much have the same attributes. These people are scared. They don't know any better, and they've been put through the ringer, which keeps a thick tension between them and the pastor. The only other character to note is the Undertaker, who is this universe's embodiment of death. When the Undertaker arrives, the townspeople don't know what to do, so they turn to the religious leader, who takes this opportunity to rid himself of the only person in town that does not directly follow his authority, the homeless man. When the man is dead, the Undertaker remains, as if foreshadowing that more will die very soon. The townspeople hit a breaking point, turning them into violent, scared, irrational creatures. During this frenzy of death and gore, we see that the pastor's Bible was hollow and held a gun, showing that this man of faith was nothing more than a fraud, and it's only fitting that he is killed by the very thing he exploited to dominate the lives of these people. The animation ends with the Undertaker getting ready to do his job and bury the town of Blackwater. In this last shot, we see that the only man not tainted by fear was the homeless man, whose sacrifice started all of this. The Blackwater Gospel is an examination of dread, paranoia, authoritarianism, and also how belief can suit people when they need it to suit them, as opposed to being based in logic. Fear is a key theme. Fear the Lord, fear the Undertaker. Fear turns the townspeople into zombies. As soon as the Undertaker comes to town, the townsfolk flee the church, and later turn on each other like wolves. The pastor, who is the dominant leadership in the town, who has all the people under his spell through fear, uses the arrival of the Undertaker to rid him of the only person who wasn't under his spell. When that sacrifice does not make the Undertaker leave, the minister's spell is broken, and the situation descends into a bloodbath. Far from being a man who wants the best for his people, he instead is the kind of guy who has a gun in his Bible, and he ain't afraid to use it, experiencing the very fear he instilled in his people, who have now turned on him. The ironic part of the entire animation is that the Undertaker seems to be a natural part of this world. He does not seem to kill anyone or want anyone to die. He does a job only when other people end their lives through either natural or unnatural means. It is the people's fear of death that causes them to turn on each other, doing the work for him. And the minister's end, well, it's got the subtlety of a shotgun, but it works. The story isn't necessarily a criticism of religion, more of herd mentality, and the kind of ministries often ran by religious organizations like the IFNB, who try to use fear of the Lord to promote government-mandated death penalties, and Jehovah's Witnesses who hold an iron grip over their membership's social lives. It's a cautionary tale about who you should put your trust in, and that sometimes fear is just a natural part of life.
Who's Hungry is made by Stork Eater on YouTube. According to his description, this would be his first film at Cal Arts, and he even seems to have interned at Pixar. His earlier animations include Prinja Nincess, which is cartoony yet also oddly gory, Bar Night, which Stork describes as a cheesy chalkboard animation, and his most recent work is a short film titled Higher Space, which seems to use stop motion and puppetry to create a fun story. Who's Hungry is possibly one of the most conceptually disturbing animations on this list, and it's one many of you likely have seen considering its 8.2 million views. I don't know why I need to say this, but putting children in danger in any context is inherently disturbing, and in this black and white gem, that's exactly what we get. The animation starts by giving us the same stranger danger situation taught in many schools. A strange man in an ice cream truck. The reason why this is more disturbing and pointed than those old PSAs is because it accurately depicts the gut feeling you get when something is wrong. The fear presented here is animated in a genuine way, and that moment of hesitation that a child might get is completely on point. Once the two kids are loaded into the truck, everything turns more surreal. For example, the children seem to be scaled way smaller than their captors, and the captor himself is given monster-like attributes, and practically towers over everything in the scene. Thankfully, the animation ends with the child predator being killed, and the children making it out okay. Listen, I don't need to beat around the bush here. It's obvious why something like this is disturbing to watch. People who prey upon the naivety of children are abundant, and with the internet, sometimes it's not the man in the ice cream truck. Sometimes it's the friendliest person on Discord, Facebook, or Twitter. We're not here to say what you can and can't do. But what I can say is that if something feels wrong, maybe consider getting a second opinion. And if someone honestly does not have your best interest at heart, then maybe consider if they're worth your time.
Known for his animations here on YouTube and Adult Swim, Jack Stalber is an independent musician who creates music videos with a mix of traditional animation, claymation, and live action to create visuals as distinct as his nostalgic pop sounds. Not all of these animations are paired with music, but each is uniquely provocative and unsettling. Some of the visual motifs which carry through these animations include distorted faces, Cronenberg body horror, and imagery associated with death and dying. Many of these shorts are also edited to seem like they're being projected from a worn-down VHS tape, or swap styles unexpectedly to trouble and shock the viewer. One of Jack Stalber's more popular music videos, Dead Weight, utilizes this change in visual style during the song's chorus, where Jack opens his chest to reveal a muddled and choppy clay face performing the backup vocals. Dread is another feeling often conveyed through these surreal visuals. We see an example of this in Dinner Is Not Over, where two realistic tongues are repeatedly licking a tombstone, which then morphs into a lollipop, only to turn upside down and become a noose. Will is one of the most recent animations to be posted on Jack Stalber's channel, and it is absent of any music or speaking. Instead, it opens with an instant assault of cacophonous machinery and heavy breathing. This breathing is coming from a short, stubby man without any clothes. His limbs are twisted around and his hair is patchy and sparse. His wide eyes are in clear panic, and there's a sizable dent in the top of his head. The anxiety of this pitiable creature seems to be the focus of this animation, as he struggles to pull levers and flip switches to stop the sounds of mechanical whirling and harsh buzzing behind him. In the background, a timer is going berserk, and the gnashing teeth turn on in the shadows of the twisting gears and cogs. Escalating to hysterics, the creature reaches for the top of his head, only to find a great dent, which the audience has been privy to since the beginning, but this seems to surprise him as he reaches into his own mind. The noise suddenly dampening as his hands reach for a valve. The first thing he finds himself able to turn or manipulate in the slightest. After discovering that the only circumstances he can change in his life are in his own head, the creature is suddenly put at ease, even as the machine continues its clanging behind him. This animation is a direct examination of anxiety and irrational fear. Just like in real life, and people like me who struggle with anxiety disorder, there is no explanation for the onset of paralyzing trepidation. The constant alarms and resulting panic depict an internal struggle over an external situation which cannot be controlled. For better or for worse, the feeling of losing control over a stressful situation or not being able to have control when you suddenly begin to panic is deeply disturbing. Which is why us, and more specifically me, find Jack Stalber to be so unsettling, as it's able to use surreal imagery to convey a very real and disturbing problem.
The Sad Man stands out among the other animations on Jake Lava's channel, which all feature voice acting and a more obvious focus on comedy. Sketches like Meat Tree and I Can't Hear Myself Think contain the same style of gross-out horror visuals, but contrast them with a clear punchline, which makes the video seem